is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Season's greetings to you all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the countdown is on to a brand new year and the historic introduction of value-added tax, also known as VAT. As consumers prepare for its debut, business owners are reflecting on one of the busiest commercial seasons of the year and appealing to residents to continue to support them.
Business owners on Grand Bahama boasting of record sales this past Christmas. This all coming as a prelude to the historic introduction of value-added tax on January 1st. Local entrepreneurs also used the period to underscore the significance of Bahamians fueling the local economy to ensure its continued survival.
It is so important to shop at home because at the end, we're pouring back into our future, into our children. We want to make sure our money stay here, and we want to make sure our dollar stays strong. I know in Europe now they're having some problem with the euro dollars that's fallen. We don't want that to happen here in the Bahamas. We've seen it happen in Jamaica. We've seen it happen in Haiti where the money is devalued, and you know what happens to the country? It goes down. So we can keep our monies here and keep it in our pockets and rotate it back. You know, we're going to come out on top. And with the VAT coming on board, we need to shop smart and shop right.
I think it's very important that persons should shop at home because one of the things is that's how we keep the economy going. Because if you're going to take the money out of the country, then what happens? You're building up somebody else's country. So we need to keep the money in our own country. And I think if you're starting to check prices elsewhere, you'll see that we're very competitive to the U.S. with prices.
We need the business, in order for us to survive, and that is why our prices would match the pockets of our customers, our locals as well as tourists. But we have very affordable prices.
While they all welcome the boost in sales, business owners are appealing to Bahamians to shop locally throughout the year.
Very competitive. Yeah, it's good. I've been abroad and I still came back here to buy my Christmas gifts.
And how important would you say it is for persons like yourself to invest in the local economy and to support our own?
Yeah, I think it's very important, and with that coming on stream, we want to support our local businesses and ensure that they keep up with the economy.
Business leaders say they're grateful for the opportunity to serve the needs of Grand Bahama and pledge their continued support in 2015.
A special thank you to the Grand Bahama public because of you, we're still here in business and we're still holding on, and we say thank you and we really appreciate you.
Remember, the reason for the season is Christ's birth, and so we must thank him for what he has done for us and how he's kept us throughout this year, and go to church.
We are very hopeful that Grand Bahama economy will pick up, and we are hoping for bigger and better things in the year 2015.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, the country's leading social program undertaking a special initiative. Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Michelle Reckley, says they are working to improve living conditions in West End. She notes that some persons in that community do not have proper septic tanks, and they are seeking to correct that problem.
Funding is already in place, so that is another major step that we're going to be undertaking in West End, where we're going to partner with Gold Rock, who will give these people proper septic tanks. The nurse spoke to us about the chicken ganja that was out the other day, and in our walkabout we find a lot of open septic tanks. So they had an influx down here, and of course, like I said, we are almost ready to start installing proper septic tanks.
Now, she says the urban renewal team in West End has been hard at work in that community, and she says they are proud of the accomplishments thus far.
Hurricane after hurricane, these persons down here suffered battered roofs.
We do apologize for that technical glitch. Well, it's all a part of Urban Renewal's cleanup campaign throughout the country. And today, a building that has been a part of the Grand Bahama community for 40 years was torn down. According to Assistant Superintendent of Police Henry Roll, who's attached to Urban Renewal, the apartment building, which is located in the back of town, was deemed structurally unsound and has a number of environmental and safety concerns.
These abandoned buildings, like I said, are used for persons who want some place to live, and it's a serious concern for our neighboring communities. Safety is one of our priorities here, dealing with the Commission's policing plan for 2014. But I would like to say this initiative will continue on straight through until next year, where we'll be demolishing a number of buildings come January into February. So we want to make sure that our community remains safe at all times moving forward in the district.
Now, that apartment building was torn down around 7 this morning. Well, the government is renewing its commitment to advance this country's social agenda. A review of the government's leading agency coming during a major event recently held in West Grand Bahama. Joan Davis Roll reports.
Reflecting on the government's social initiatives in 2014, he says there is a leading government program that continues to have a positive impact on the lives of countless Bahamians.
For the last 2.5 years, Urban Renewal has been doing an excellent job here on Grand Bahama, touching lives all the way from Sweetens Key to West End. Under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister and the Deputy Director, Michelle Reckley, and her staff that extend throughout Grand Bahama, I would just like to congratulate you on the excellent work you're doing in transforming lives one person at a time. For me, I work very closely with Michelle, and I can say that her passion runs deep for the needy. And I realize it because we had an event the other day where other representatives from the Urban Renewal team was involved. And I would like to commend you from the bottom of my heart to know that you're going beyond the call of duty to ensure that the needy, not the greedy, but the needy in the community have access to the basic standards of living.
Minister Dowell says the Ministry of Grand Bahama commends private and public sector partners that continue to support the government's social agenda. The latest effort is the redevelopment of a triplex in West End.
Today, as we look at this renovated facility, we must understand that this is all a part of what we are trying to accomplish in urban renewal. And we are working diligently in all communities to ensure that residents and homes are available and renovated so that those in our community who need it the most have access to the basic standard of living. Today is a typical example of what we have been doing throughout Grand Bahama, and today we are so pleased that residents from West Grand Bahama will benefit from this important initiative for small home repair from the Urban Renewal Program.
Minister Dowell notes that the government is committed to fulfilling its promise to the Bahamian people.
And so it is a way of Christian living. And I commend you, and I say to those who will actually benefit from these dwellings, you must understand that the government is very much concerned about your needs and what it needs to accomplish as we have outlined in our chart of governance. So we're just actually living up to those commitments that we made to the residents of West Grand Bahama, and so I'm very pleased and happy to be a part of it.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Happy holidays from all of us here at the ZNS Network.
Welcome back. The Kiwanis Club of Grand Bahama continuing the tradition of feeding the elderly during the Yuletide season. As in previous years, members of the club prepare a special meal for the precious pearls of the West on Boxing Day. Kiwanian J.R. Frazier notes that this is just one of many community initiatives that the club is dedicated to each year.
The Club of 8 Mile Rock continues to undertake initiatives to improve the lives of persons within the community. We do the senior citizens luncheon. We have the key club members in the 8 Mile Rock High School. We do a lot of senior citizen stuff in the community, but we're always looking for more help. The more hands on deck, the lighter the work. We meet every Thursday at the local government office at 7:30 in the evening, and we invite all those, particularly young men. We got quite a number of females in the club and a number of females who are interested, but we're looking for young men out of the community of 8 Mile Rock to improve the lives of our persons in this jurisdiction.
Well, at Friday's event, the Precious Pearls were able to greet members of the club, including Lieutenant Governor of Nassau, Andrea White.
I would like to say to the Freeport or the 8 Mile Rock community to continue to support the Kiwanis Club of 8 Mile Rock in their venture in serving the children of the world. In January, we will celebrate our 100-year anniversary of giving back to the community. And this year is the 52nd anniversary of the Kiwanis Clubs of the Bahamas. And we would just like to say thank you very much for your support.
Well, the West Grand Bahama Boxing Day Junkanoo Rush Out turned a huge success. And tonight we have the results from the showdown in the West. Megan Shepard fills us in.
The results are in for the first Boxing Day Rush Out in West Grand Bahama. The participants gathered for the big announcement by the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee and the West Grand Bahama Council District. The first category for choreographed dancers had the Bayshore Warriors coming in third, the Swingers in second, and the New Life Classic Dancers taking first place. Next up was the prize for the best banner.
In third place, Kingdom Culture with 593 points. In second place, Western Star with 712 points.
And the winner of the banner competition in first place is, with 837 points, New Life Classic Dancers!
The main category for the night, Best Music. Always a hotly contested category, the groups were in it to win it.
In third place, Kingdom Culture, 759 points. In second place, Swingers with 890 points. And our first place winner goes out to New Life Classic Dancers, 890 points. I'm sorry, there's a tie. Yeah, we have a tie here, sorry. Yes, there's a tie. So we have tie. We have two first place winners, New Life Classic Dancers and Swingers with 890 points.
Chief Counselor for West Grand Bahama, George Jimmy Smith, thanking participants and supporters. He says this is just the beginning for the Junkanoo Parade.
I want to thank all the groups for participating. We thank you so much. We look forward to next year, bigger, better, stronger, more groups. There were a lot of player haters and a lot of doubters thinking that we couldn't have done it here in 8 Mile Rock, but get ready. We're on our way to West End to celebrate with West End Independence Junkanoo Parade in West End.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, the order of entry for the groups in the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade is expected to be released today. Members of Kingdom Culture say for them it is not about when you start or how you finish. For them it is all about showing appreciation for the Bahamian culture. Kimberly Mullings has this story.
Kingdom Culture is no rookie to Junkanoo. Group leader Edney Sherman says for the past 9 years, they've been bringing something different to the parade route. However, he says it's not always about winning. You have to know your heritage.
You have the almost undivided attention of so many people for almost 6 months out of every year. And if you could just impart something positive to each one of them, I think we will end up with a better community, and I think you would help persons to get their lives more in tune with where they need to be later in life.
Over the years, the group has grown to 130 members, 80% of whom are under the age of 18, and it's something he's proud of.
We have a very young base, but we choose to work through that base, and that's one way that they will get first-hand information on building costumes, pasting costumes, decorating costumes. So you may come out on the parade route New Year's evening and see a difference between what Kingdom Culture presents and what other groups present. The difference between that is we produce the majority of what we present. Other persons may not be able to say that.
While you name it, they celebrate it. This year, Kingdom Culture's theme for the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade is It's Party Time.
That will give us an insight of the many different parties that we have in Freeport and even internationally. The whole presentation that we're going to make will be based on just that. So from the banner straight through the free dances, the choreographed dances, it's all going to be some sort of a party, a street party, carnival party, bacchanal, what have you. That's basically what we're going to be depicting.
From Super Bowl parties to tea parties, wedding parties to Halloween parties, Christmas parties, surprise parties, and even a party in the backyard, the group plans to have a lot of fun.
I would just like to say that we're looking forward to going out there, to be respectful, to enjoy ourselves, and to give the public the best parade that we could possibly give them. This group has evolved for the last 8 years to become what we are now, and it's not where we intend to be in the future, but it's a far step from where we began. So
New Year's Day Parade, Kingdom Culture will be coming out strong. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Well, free dancer for the Bushwhackers, Ricardo Lightborn is up next. Stay with us.
Everybody, welcome to Sports with Ricardo Lightborn. Yes, I am that free dancer for the Bushwhackers, and a good one at that. Tonight, this one is for all my Miami Dolphin fans who are denial folks because they still think they're going to go to Super Bowl. I want them to know that Dolly Madison has got Super Bowls on sale. Go down there and get yours. The Tabernacle Baptist Academy Falcons folks are in Bristol, Tennessee for the Arby's Classic, and they won their opener. They defeated Gate City in a squeaker, 57-55. Raheem Lang had a 21-point game. Edward Martinborough with 14, and Janika Russell had some 11 points. Then the Falcons lost. They lost to Dorsey High out of California, 63-60. But that's a heartbreaker there. They simply got themselves back on track, and they turned around, and then today they defeated the Science Hill Hilltoppers, and a good one, folks. They were tied at 23 at the break and went on to win this thing at a buzzer beater, 57-56. They're now 2-1 in the tournament. They're going to take on Knox Webb tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. A good game as well. Now, the Sunline Stingers, they're in Daytona Beach, Florida. They're competing over there at the Daytona Beach Classic. The Stingers defeated the Grace Christian Academy out of Tennessee, 56-50. Then lost to Samara High out of Atlanta, 52-50. Then they lost also to Vincent High, 68-58. They will play Sullivan High out of Tennessee tomorrow. That's 9 o'clock. Now, Daniel Wright is leading this team with 10 points, and also Travis Marsh with 9. And Coach Philippe said to me today, his guard, that is Khalil Solomon, is out for the rest of the season. He has a bad injury. St. George's Jaguars and Agape out of Abaco, they're in New Providence for the New Providence Basketball Club Holiday Classic. They're playing this thing at the Candle Isaacs Gym. The St. George's Jaguars are undefeated, folks, at 4-0. Agape sits at 3-1, and both will advance to the pool championships that's set to play tomorrow morning. Going to be a good one. Our kids doing very well playing in those tournaments. Now, the second annual Quinton Three Ounce Hall Junior Boys Basketball Classic, actually, as you do know, is a competitive tournament. The Tabernacle Falcons won that tournament, defeating the St. John's Green Giant 51-35. And also the Basketball Federation actually sanctioned this event and a means of critiquing talent for its junior national program. Players from San Salvador, New Providence, Abaco, Bimini, Grand Bahama all showed a wealth of talent. And Coach Stephen Brown says it's important to select the team early enough so that they can develop some kind of chemistry.
I saw some great talent. When I get along again with the president, Mr. Softly Rubens, and the first vice president, Mario Boleg, along with the senior coach, Mr. Quentin Hall, we will sit down with the other coaches, Mrs. Chivy, and the rest of us. We will sit down and find out this is what we need to work on, and we need to work on it like right away. We cannot wait until about 2 months before, a week before the actual tournament to travel. We need to work at them now. I've seen some great talent, and we just got to grab it together and get it developed.
It's good to see you, man. Let me tell you that the B3A's end of year award ceremony is scheduled for this.